Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Cappies, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. Look, I've got some oracle decks here. We're going to look at the oracles. We're going to get the overall feel for next week. I'm always reading for the week ahead, Capricorn. If you've never been here before, you wouldn't know that, but I hope you'll stay. Welcome back if you keep coming back here. I appreciate you. Let's find out what is going on in the week ahead. So whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate for you. Let's find out what is going on for Capricorn. And at the end of this video, I am going to tell you about how to find the extended if you're interested in that. Also, if you're interested in a private read, I'll tell you about how to find the private read. Just stay tuned to the end of the video. Let's find out what is going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Capricorn, we have consciousness of lack. A consciousness of lack. Why is that? It feels as though you are feeling in lack, but at the beginning of the week, I'm going to say you're feeling in a little bit of lack. Why is that? Because of standstill. Okay, so it almost feels like you feel like you've stalled out. Something is at a standstill that you wished would push forward, and you're feeling a consciousness of lack. You're like, okay, I've done the work. If we are talking about you spiritually, I've done the work. I've had the glow up. I've got great employment. It feels like everything is in the place where it should be, but you still feel like you're in some type of a standstill here. And it's causing a consciousness of lack here. You feel like you're a little bit in lack. It might be because of money. It could be because of knowledge. It could be because of the heart space. Something here is at a standstill. Tell me what's at a standstill for Capricorn. Judgment. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. It almost feels like you're waiting on someone or something to materialize, or someone or something to come back around. For some of you, it's an opportunity you're waiting for it to come back around. For others of you, it could be a person, depending on whatever the consciousness of lack is that you're dealing in. We've got great gratitude. So I feel like in the future, which is the bottom of the deck for me, it feels like in the future that you will feel in great gratitude about something. So that is abundant. Maybe something that's gone your way. She's got a lot of vegetation around her. It is an abundance here. Whatever it is, it might be energy. You might feel youthful or more youthful. It feels like you'll be in gratitude about something that has gone your way. We've got community. The butterflies are here, which is always an indication of transformation. We could be talking about gratitude for a transformation that's happening in your community. It could be in the place that you live, but it also could be in your friendship groups. And we've got happiness. Look, everything's pointing in the right direction. It says, I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. And this is key, friends. Every time this card comes up, I tell you, this is key. If you're living a dramatic life and things aren't going right and relationships are crashing and burning, you're going the wrong way. Because when you are going the right way, things are easier. Yeah, when that's my experience, and maybe it's not the experience for everybody, but when you are going in the right direction, things actually are flowing. And the fact that things are at a standstill, I feel is a really good indication that you might be going the right way. So I'm going to say be patient, because gratitude, you're going to be in gratitude about something, a judgment that's being made in your favor. It doesn't feel like it's a decision you're making. It feels like it's something that's being made that is outside of you. Let's find out what else is going on here. Tell me about Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about this consciousness of lack at the beginning of the week. You might, in the middle of the week next week, feel like things are not going anywhere, that you're frustrated with some sort of standstill. We've got the Four of Cups. Well, there it is. It kind of explains it. It feels like you're feeling in a comfort zone. And the comfort zone is a good place to be, because fours are always about stability. This one is particularly about emotions. So I feel like you are in emotional stability, but I also feel like that's a bit of a trap. It feels like the consciousness of lack comes from being in a comfort zone. It feels like you are, you're like, well, as long as I don't communicate with people, I'm in this place of stability of my emotions, but it gets to be lonely there, right? So let's look at standstill. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody here could be waiting to hear about a job, and or you could be waiting to hear about a loan. It feels like it has to do with something that is in the 3D. It has to do with time, energy, money, status, possibly. It has to do with effort. Maybe you're waiting for someone to give you an offer on a job, an offer on a car, an offer on a house. It feels like something is at a standstill, and you're waiting for someone to make the judgment here. Tell me more about judgment. We've got the Death card here. So there is something here that's about to transform. There's a decision that's being made about you that is going to change everything. Death is always about transformation, the ending of one thing and the beginning of another. And I think it comes on the heels of some sort of decision. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. So it might be taking a long time for this decision to come forward to change everything. I feel like you're ready to invest in whatever this is that's coming, but it feels like you feel like it's taking forever. I'm going to put down a couple cards here. This is for the week ahead, but we're going to put down a couple cards for the week after that. That'll be after the eclipse energy has come by. But of course, eclipse energies, they linger, right? We've got the Chariot, and we've got the Emperor. So look, whatever this decision is here, I feel like it's being made in your favor by someone who is a person of influence, and it is going to balance everything out. It's going to balance everything out. Someone sees here that you've got discipline, that you've got balance, that you're very balanced in the way that you're ready to move forward. It feels like a person of influence is about to make a decision about you or in your favor that is going to change everything. Let's talk about this Four of Cups here. I feel like this consciousness of lack is a place, yes, of lack in general, but I feel like it's in the emotional energies because of this Four of Cups. It feels like that possibly you could have offered something to someone and they rejected it, or possibly people are trying to get you to leave the house and maybe you're saying, no, I don't think this is the weekend, but it feels like it's because of this consciousness of lack, of something you're not getting that is at a standstill. It feels like it's sort of throwing you off here. There's something here that I feel you're worried about, and like you're like, if I go out, I'm not going to enjoy myself here. We've got the King of Cups in the reverse. The King of Cups in reverse is not necessarily in charge of their emotions. So it feels like something here is got your emotions all over the place here. We've got the Four of Pentacles. It does feel like somebody's holding back, and that brings us to the middle of the week, which is the standstill. Somebody, something, a situation that has to do with stability, money. Oh, you're trying to hold back tears. Why is that? You're worried. You're full of worry here about something at the beginning of the week. You're full of worry. You're worried you're going to get rejected on maybe what's going on. Like this judgment that's going down here, I think that this is what you're worried about. It feels like you're in tears, or you're upset, or you're trying to keep, because you feel like you're going to be rejected. It's a worry. It feels like you want something so badly and you don't think it's going to materialize. And I feel like you're in this place of trying to let yourself down easy, saying to yourself, gosh, Capricorn, why do you think that's going to happen for you? It never happened before. Why is it going to happen now? I feel like you're worried about something here because something is at a standstill. So maybe you haven't heard from the person you interviewed with yet. Maybe you haven't heard from the bank manager yet about the loan that you want. Maybe you haven't heard about the sale of your house or whether your numbers were accepted to buy a house. It feels like it has to do with material wealth, things, money, stability, time, energy, effort. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Fool energy. And we've got the Ten of Swords. It's just killing you. Like, not in the literal sense, you understand what I mean, right? The Ten of Swords is here. I feel like you're on the precipice of something really big, something that's big that is going to change everything. And I feel like you are stuck in these thoughts from the past of I've tried this before. So I'm going to say that maybe you've tried applying for the loan before, or you've tried applying for this job at this place before. It feels like you've been here before and everything is at a standstill. And while everything is at a standstill, you're spiraling out of control in terms of your thought process. It feels like you've convinced yourself that because things are at a standstill, that it must be over. That you might as well just release the hope of having this new beginning with the Fool, or taking a leap of faith, or jumping into something. You might as well just do that because the Ten of Swords is here. It's almost like you are already saying to yourself, well, I don't know why I even had a thought process that I could have that thing. But I think you're wrong. I'm going to say I think that the universe is going to prove you wrong at this point, because I do feel that someone sees your value. I feel that someone that you have connected with in terms of a job or a loan, it feels like there was really good rapport between you, like we've known each other before. Tell me about the Death card and the Judgment here, because something here is going to change everything. And it feels like it is judgment here, a decision. Feels like you're on some sort of a challenging path in a unique situation here. And you're hoping that somebody is going to make a decision that is in your favor. Look at that. And they do. This judgment is coming here. Judgment on judgment is not coincidence. It is a rebirth. It's something with the Death and the Judgment here. That's a reevaluation, a rebirth. Something is ending, so another thing could begin. You're being birthed into a new cycle here. We have the Five of Wands and we have the Two of Wands. I feel like somebody here is holding back. It's like they need to get another sign off. There's indecision here, but only because there's a lot of competition. If it's a job, they still have to go through with the interviews that they've scheduled. Even though that they know that these people, like they know that they already want you for the job, they have to go through with these other appointments that they've scheduled. It feels like there's competition. And the Two of Wands tells me that somebody is sitting at the Two of Wands here who has to make a decision to place judgment. I feel like it's something that is going to be said in your favor, my friend. There is somebody here who's a person of influence that really sees you as someone who is emotionally stable, someone who is very kind. I'm looking at Cancer energy, very kind, very sweet, sweet energy, somebody who's very disciplined in their emotions. This person here is making a decision about you. Tell me about this. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. We've got the Magician, and we've got the Ace of... All right, we've got the Ace of Cups. So look, the Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse, but I want to say with the Magician here, it tells me that that is the illusion. The illusion is that you're not worth it, that you don't have enough, that you're not going to get enough, that you weren't enough, that they didn't like you. That's the illusion, my friend. Get it out of your head, because I think that this person that has, this person who is a person of influence or a person who can push things forward, it feels like they see your worth. But I feel like the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is telling that it's your energy, that you think that if this is a romantic thing, that this person is just never going to see you as someone of worth. I think that's the illusion. I think that you've talked yourself out of winning this thing. We're going to put down 3 cards here, and then we're going to go into the extended. If you'd like to come into the extended, please look at the comment section at the very top. There is a link there that has there's a pinned comment that has all sorts of links. You can buy this outright if you want to see the extended, just this one. There's a link there for the membership area if you'd like to see more than one extended. And there's also a link to Hypsee if you're interested in a private reading. All of my pricing is there. I'm doing live readings as well as pre-recorded readings. Up to you, whichever one. You can just look at my schedule and schedule yourself in. You'll get discounts for the live readings if you book them in advance, for sure. But just go take a look at my pricing and the percentages you can get off. So we're going to go into the extended. We're going to talk about the High Priestess. We're going to talk about the Three of Wands, and we're going to talk about the Queen of Swords. Look, I feel like you really impressed someone. I want to say they see you as, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, someone who's very articulate, someone who has liberated themselves from a tough situation in order to build their own future. This is, they see you as someone who's steady and sturdy, someone who doesn't speak out of turn, someone who only speaks the truth, someone who is who has good boundaries, someone who's clear, concise, someone who can speak to a crowd. So I feel like whatever it is that this situation is about, I feel like you've impressed someone. It's going to end up with you being having a lot of abundance, being in gratitude for a lot of abundance. You go from a consciousness of lack to a consciousness of abundance. And I feel like you'll be moving to a new community. We could be talking about a new job. We could be talking about a friend group. It feels like there's something that is transforming here that is going to make you very, very happy. We've got the bottom of the deck, which is the Three of Swords. Why is that? Because the Page of Swords is here. It feels like you think the offer might be too small, or they might not give you as much as you asked for, whether it's the house or the job or whatever it is. I feel like you're supposed to wait and be curious. Wait and listen and learn, because I think stability is coming here. You're moving out of the Five of Pentacles and into stability. We're going to go into the extended, and we're going to talk all about this. What is the opportunity? And why are you in this place of you think that the stillness means that you didn't get it? We're going to talk about this person of influence and why they think you're the best person for the job or the relationship. And then we will clarify what's coming up in the future. I'm going to go for now. If you'd like to be in the extended, you know what to do. And I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back, Capricorn. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.